What's up guys? Today on Baking with Noah, we're making coffee cake. Pause the video here to see all the ingredients necessary for this recipe. Now let's get started. Starting with our flour and adding our brown sugar and cinnamon. We're gonna get this all mixed up and homogeneous before adding our turbinado sugar and our baking powder. And we're gonna whisk this once more until homogeneous. Now, we're gonna melt that butter and mix it into what will be our streusel mixture. You can use a whisk or a spoon, but eventually it'll get thick enough that using your hands is probably the best option. It also feels really cool. Once it's all clumpy, you're done. On to the next step. We're mixing our flour with our baking powder, baking soda, and kosher salt. We're gonna whisk this together and then put it aside once it's all mixed up. Time to cream our room temperature butter and our granulated sugar together. I recommend starting on a low speed until you get good control of the mixture, and then you could bump it up to about a medium speed. Once this is done, we're gonna add our eggs, pure vanilla extract, and our sour cream. Make sure to get all of it. Once again, we're gonna combine our mixture until homogeneous. Next, we're gonna add our flour mixture. I sifted it just to make sure I didn't get any chunks in it. And we're gonna mix this as little as possible, maybe 45 seconds. Finally, we can prep our loaf pan, which we will spray down, as well as our piece of parchment paper, just to make sure our batter doesn't stick to it. Then we'll put half of our batter in the loaf pan before adding our streusel. Now we'll add maybe a handful or two. We'll make sure we pack it down and try to keep it a little bit away from the edges before adding the rest of our batter on top of this. And of course, after this batter, we add more streusel. Be liberal with this. You can put a ton of it on there. Don't worry. Now it's time for the oven, 350 degrees, for about 50 minutes, maybe an hour. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. I forgot I was using a 3/4 loaf pan and not a full loaf pan, which this recipe is designed for. So I lost a bit of batter, but hey, no worries. It doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to taste good. And it's a good thing because it continued to get uglier. But don't worry, anything that falls off is just a snack while you wait for it to cool down. So once this is cooled adequately for about an hour, we can finally cut into it and get that beautiful coffee cake cross section. Let's see this. Wow, that's beautiful. I can't wait to eat this. It looks super soft, yet crumbly. And let me tell you, this was delicious. And it went even better with a cup of coffee. Hope you enjoyed, guys.